can do a small group discussion. I think it's called an Ignite session. So I don't think you have to be an expert on the topic with those sessions. You just kind of have to lead a discussion to get more information, or you can also do a poster presentation at that conference. So it's something to think about. It's a great line on your CV.
I'll also suggest that if you do present at that conference or have a poster or anything, you try to get travel funds through the graduate travel funding budget, which you'll find online under C's. Just look under graduate travel, because you can get money to do it that way as well.
Just to add up to this point, it's $500 and you can do it once.
Yes,
Your
you
whole
can only use
program.
it one time. So that is something you do want to take into consideration, because if your discipline requires that you do a professional conference, and this is not it, then you want to be careful about where you place that money.
For sure. And then other funding sources. I know that Darden College of Education offers students that are within that discipline funds. So you may want to check with your department to see if they offer any travel funds for students who are going to present at conferences or just go in there for professional development, because it can always be helpful. I would definitely, since we had some people come in a little later, if we can go around the room and reintroduce ourselves. Come on in. Saying our name, what degree we're seeking, and maybe where you're from originally. So I can start again. My name is Yasmin Farley. I am the president of GSO. I'm getting my PhD in higher education.
Oh, shoot.
No problem.
At least you know what I carry around.
I am in my third year now, and I'm originally from North Carolina.
Oh,
I'm Devin Conroy. I'm originally from New Jersey, and I'm in the first year statistics PhD program.
Hi, Siobhan Parker, first year PhD English. I'm from Chesapeake.
Anthony Garcia, first year PhD English, and I'm originally from Georgia.
Hanif Al-Hadin, starting my 4th year in PhD, pure science, originally from Egypt.
I'm Christina Westmans. I'm my second year at the PhD program here in the higher ed administration track with Disney.
My name is Melody Lipless. I'm from Virginia Beach. I'm also president. Delta Sigma Lambda, which is for returning women over age 25. Anybody wants to go to returning women's reception next week? 1:30 to 2:30. But I'm working on my master's in environmental health with an industrial hygiene track.
My name is Kyle Danzy. I'm a first year master's program, public administration. Excuse me, I got a cold, so my voice is going in and out. I'm originally from Fairfax, Virginia, and I am the internship outreach coordinator for the College of Business and Arts and Letters.
I'm Missy Barber, second year Master's in Public Administration student, working graduate studies. And I'm from here. I'm with you, names.
oh, I'm Relita Summers. I'm vice president of GSO. I'm in my second year of early childhood education, teaching and learning PhD program, and I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina.
I'm Lisa Roney. I'm first year's higher education master's, and I'm from Williamsburg.
And that's Dr. Lewis. She's our advisor.
Okay. So hopefully you guys at least got a gist of what GSO is about. We really want you guys to come out to our different events that we have coming up. I also had placed a little late on the table a flyer from the Future Faculty Program. They are having an event on Friday, September 20th at noon in the Webb Center. It is about classroom management. So if you're not aware, the Preparing Future Faculty Program is a certificate program where you can just get a certificate to say that, you know, you've done these steps to say that you are preparing teach at the collegiate level. So it's a great program to get involved with, and I highly suggest that you go to their events and maybe take the steps to make sure you can get that certificate. Other than that, are there any things that you guys have suggestions on as far as events you would like to see from GSO that you can think of off the top of your head? So I'd love to hear feedback. Go ahead.
This isn't really an event, but I wanna toss this out there.
Thank you.
Backstory, Siobhan and I are with the English Graduate Organization, so that's, one more addition to returning women, and there are probably some other folks who do different things. One of the things we've kind of seen, at least in arts and letters, is we don't really know everything that's going on sometimes. So I don't know a great solution to this, but I think it's something we should consider, is trying to find better ways to probably digitally share these different events that are going on around campus.
So that we don't have overlap.
Yeah, well, I mean, not just that, but like the future faculty program, like I got the email from here, actually, before I got it from the college, and it's just like, okay, I wonder, and it's just because Shelley Rodrigo, who's one of the people presenting, is in the English department. So I'm like, I wonder how many things are, going on outside of English that I just don't hear about. So I think that, I think that that's one of those things we as an organization, GSO, could help do, because there are a bunch of little organizations around that are probably doing great things. That if we could publicize them better, we'd all be better
Right.
off.
Kind of helping with the master calendar.
Right, and that's one of the things that we're hoping to do, is to have like a liaison for each, because like your department probably has its own version of graduate student stuff, like Jana was BSO. So they have like their own smaller organizations. So to try to get a liaison within each of those departments is one of the things that the e-board is hoping to get done, which will hopefully help that. And then as part of points and standards, we have to do a collaborative event with another group. So hopefully we'll be able to collaborate with some of the other smaller grad organizations for departments to kind of help figure out how to do that long term. Do you have like a contact person that's, do y'all have a like grad
Yes.
group? And
We just had one literally right before we
Re-
ran from that.
okay, so are one of y'all like the contact person, or you want to be the lead? Okay, so we can establish and make sure that we at least get y'all stuff with our emails and stuff that we have going out, and see if we can find someone in the other departments as well.
Yeah, because we also don't mind, especially if there are things that your organization's doing that is kind of campus-wide or can be opened up to all graduate students. We're more than willing to help advertise for you and to let other people know.
Right, as well as getting them to join GSO.
Any other suggestions on events, or whether it's professional development? Are there certain things that you're expecting from GSO?
I just had a question. Do you guys do any kind of mentorship for undergrad students? I know just today I've read a lot of emails about people looking for, guidance on, what kind of graduate programs they should go into. And just figure since it's all grad students,
We actually do, to an extent. We have a program that we do in the spring that is geared towards undergraduate students to talk about graduate school. We have a panel of grad students from GSO come in to just chat with them and say what grad school is really like. And that's pretty much the most that we have. We're doing that mentoring program in October. So that's talking about how to be a mentor, and then also for us, finding a mentor. I know for some of us, especially when we first start out, we don't necessarily know how to approach either faculty members or professionals that we're interested in, the type of work that they do, how to approach them and get them to be our mentor. But then also, because many of us do work with students on a consistent basis, we need to know how to identify those that we can really cultivate and help grow as a person. So that's one of our events, but it's not necessarily targeted towards, making a mentor program. But it's something that we can think about.
Since we mentioned this topic, I The Office of Interdoctoral Relations, the OIR, they host a GMC program, which is Global Monarch Mentoring Club thing, which is simply, I have been in this program 3.5 years now, since I arrived here. They get, but this is for international students basically. Like if a student came here, he doesn't know anyone, doesn't know anything, they mentor him with someone who have been in ODU or in the area for at least a semester. It's like a friendship program. You are mentored, you are paired, matched, paired with someone who can show you around, like help you get a phone or whatever. Forget about this, this is okay, this is cool, and it's actually very crucial. If you're an international student, you really don't know anyone, you're new to the area, this is good and actually helped me a lot. I've made a lot of friends using it. But put this aside, like match it with grad students. Grad students, once they arrive here, especially if they're in the master's program, they have never had any grad school experience. I think we should develop a program like this, pairing, basically like, for example, let's say that a couple of students came to the master's program in the computer science department. I will be paired with them and tell them like, okay, which courses to take with which, because every single semester, every single semester, there's a lot of people that are over enthusiastic and they crash themselves like in 3 different courses that are humongous and they burn, and a lot of them actually drop out. So if someone give them like, don't do this, or like get like 2 good courses and 1 like medium, that would be helpful. At least like they wouldn't actually drop out, because we have a high dropout rate, so, or like depression, so it's one of these. So I was actually gonna like suggest this, we should formalize a mentorship program to pair. So that's, what do you guys think?
I think that's a great idea.
And having come in, I kind of took a few classes part-time before I came into my program, and then came in full-time. And I cannot tell you how many times I said, oh, I wish I had taken this class a year ago, or this class before this class, because our program in the higher ed doesn't have a sequential tracking, and you're kind of all over the place. And the beauty of it is it has a lot of flexibility, and you can do what you want, but that's also the devil in the details, is that you don't have the structure that a lot of other programs have. So I think that would be really essential. We try to do that in the higher ed association, but also I find that maybe other graduate students need other experienced graduate students to kind of mentor across disciplines. So I know that it would be just kind of linear among your discipline, but maybe something that could be kind of graduate student right, which would be ideal for our organization.
That's good. I would also mention, if you're getting emails from undergrads, peer educators, they have a mentoring program where they have peer mentors. So you can send them over to the Student Success Center, and they're peer mentors, so they're other undergraduates, but at the same time, it's something helpful. And maybe we could,
where's that at?
in the Student Success Center, in the library. Any other suggestions on programming or upcoming events?